it's got a decent cast, so I'll be
That's a
there
weird
Wednesday.
cast. What a curious cast.
It is like it's a mixed bag. There was a movie trailer I saw. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like a Western as well, with Samuel
Never
L.
seen a
Jackson coming out.
Western. Oh, I did. I made a trailer for that.
Made a trailer for that?
Well, I had to do. I was doing.
Yeah.
I was
Jazz,
hoping.
since we're rolled now, I can say this. You look like Walk of Shame right now. I'm just letting you know. You're doing it like because you came in with the wedding outfit from yesterday, and it's very giving Walk of Shame. I love
It's
you,
because
and I
I
know
don't
it's
have
not.
makeup on, you asshole. Women don't have to wear makeup all the time. It's because I came in my normal. Oh, Jordan said I'm out. He said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Oh, wait, Jasmine, at what point do you think he'll get the leveling of video?
Us? I don't know. He gets
Because
higher
it's
and
like
higher.
eyeballs,
Eventually,
eyeballs,
he's going to be
boobs.
at crotch level. We're just gonna.
Yeah.
It's going to be Jasmine, Adam, testicles.
Yeah.
That's it. So get it
Testy
together,
Jordan.
buddy. Get it together. Is it that you
Wow.
just want to seem superior because you couldn't have it before?
Now here we are.
Wow, us? You're the one that's off. Look at yourself. Look at your life. Look at your choices.
Wow.
And even
This
the
is what
camera angle is like, should the
He's shooting from the ceiling, like that's out of his roof.
Yeah,
That looks like
the
a
ceiling shot.
7-Eleven angle, right? Like,
damn, he got caught. He's just used to it.
I'm slowly trying to move myself up here.
Go ahead, take your time. We'll wait. We will wait. I'm
really?
not gonna wait for him. To answer your question, of what am I seeing on Wednesday? I've got two things. So I've got something to do with Minecraft in the morning where I'm getting paid, and then I'm also gonna be getting paid. Ask me if I watch Minecraft yet. No. But
chicken jockey.
Okay. And then the second thing that I'm doing in the evening is I've got the Don Don Season 2 world premiere.
I think I'm doing that the second.
Are you really? Oh,
yes.
good. I'm glad that's getting around. Also, it won opener of the year, the opening anime song of the year.
It did have a
Crunchy
banger.
Awards.
It did have a banger.
Yeah, the Crunchy
So
Award
One Piece
Awards.
won nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So for people who are listening, because also, by the way, we really maybe one of those name suggestions might be correct because of how this whole thing has started. There was the Anime Awards,
and the Crunchy Anime Awards of the year,
and yeah, Don won Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Okay, if only I could spell. But also, we've talked about it a couple of times here. Solo Leveling
swept.
Won new anime of the year.
So here's the thing about that, because there's a little bit of controversy on that one. There's two mindsets.
I somewhat might agree with one of them, but yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
God bless your nostrils.
So, Anime of the Year, Solo Leveling. Obviously, the nominees: Don Don, Delicious and Dungeon, Free Run, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, and Apothecary Diaries. Now, the world was split between your free runs and your Solo Leveling. So those were really the two big contenders. I'd voted for Don Don because, I mean, when you're friends with the voice actors, what are you going to do?
Don Don's also great.
Kaiju.
So it's also great. But really, it was between the storyline of Free Run and the incredible hype. And the hype and the incredible animation and fight scenes of Solo Leveling.
I agree.
The thing about it is Free Run came from behind it. In fact, it came out a year ago, but because there was a little glitch with them, they missed a year. They had to do pickups. Free Run came in this category too, but I think if Free Run had come out in the year that it actually came out, it would have won. Yeah,
I feel that. I'm currently watching Free Run, and that is one thing I will say, because people have argued, and I would be inclined to agree. I love Solo Leveling. I do. As far as story-wise, though, it is very basic. It is very basic.
Boring.
No. As far as meaningful plotline, storyline, it's just kind of okay, guys, he's an anomaly, chosen one. We're gonna get a little bit deeper into the story of what the system is and all that, but
sure.
for right now, we have not. But the animation is beautiful. The fights are great.
In Solo Leveling, the big bad is ants.
And that's the thing, because that's not the big bad right now is the thing. That's what I'm saying. Again, It was very the season 1 and 2. It was very basic as far as storyline, and so the thing of it winning anime of the year, it depends on
Back
and I know
comments.
Adam's gonna probably say it too. Is like is what you like, because again, if you're on to the animation and fights,
But it
is better.
also started as a webtoon, and so it had that group as well. Yes, Adam.
I just want to know why production's leaving us on picture in picture rather than having full screen.
I just wanted to talk about the anime awards. We were gonna still get into the
you
other
left
ones.
it there, and it's just like
I just wanted to let it be known.
it's not going to show anything.
I
other
can't
than
let
that
the people
screen.
know. Wow.
You
Okay.
can, but,
Anyways,
like, you can
sorry
pull it
guys.
back, and then when
Y'all,
we talk
fuck
about
y'all.
it,
Y'all can't see what we're talking about.
It's called production.
You know what?
You did give yourself this role. If you could just pick it up a little bit, we gotta find somebody else. Adam, this ain't working. Dun, dun.
Doo-doo. Sorry, this man raised his hand to not even hamster wheel.
Watch anime. This is not his section, which is wild because Adam watches more.
He was watching
I
Kaiju.
certainly do.
Ew, what are you watching?
That's why I said Kaiju number 8.
Kaiju number 8 is
Adam,
also good.
Who voices on there is a friend of mine.
One.
I disagree.
Mm.
Kaiju number 8 is essentially solo leveling, but with kaijus.
I watched, let's see, the beginning of Pokemon, the beginning of Dragon Ball, the beginning of, I don't know.
What he's saying is he was already
things?
half grown man by the time they came out.
Yeah,
so that's cool that you guys
I watched the beginning. Well, I watched all of it.
That's good for you.
Not
Adam will love this one.
Piece.
He'll love production for bringing this one back, though.
Which one?
His favorite Demon Slayer got best animation.
Goddamn right it did. On that final episode alone, it deserves it.
Don character design. I love Don.
Yeah, Don's fantastic.
That
first
this
episode
one,
was wild.
people were upset about. So this one came out on Adult Swim, Ninja Kamui. Adam and I know from the Shits and Gigs podcast that like they were watching this. It started off great, and then all of a sudden they stopped caring about the ninja part and they start using mech suits. And so everyone was very upset because they were like, it took this weird turn that stopped it from feeling original. So it is interesting that it won Best Original Anime.
I don't know. I watched Girl Band, but I really wanted to see Jellyfish Can't Swim.
Jellyfish Can't Swim.
Some of these. That's what the other. Go back to the contenders.
Oh yeah. Some of them is very interesting.
Some of them I
just
did
get Best Director.
Yeah,
Best Director, Best Background Art.
He was very, but I mean that goes with the storyline. I feel
it's
like
so
Best Director
beautiful.
And, it took me a while to get into that. I will say I didn't understand what was happening, and it took me maybe the 13th episode to be like, oh, she's getting feelings.
And like I think the thing with Frieren, because everyone who I've seen say that it was great and deserved Best Anime said the same thing of like, if you go into it expecting fight scene, like it's not that type of anime. It is very story driven, but when it has fights, it's the animation and everything is beautiful.
I have the best case study. So my friend Anthony had not seen either, and so last Thursday we were recovering from the Pride and Prejudice ball. I guess Friday morning we were recovering from the Pride and Prejudice ball, so I told him to come over and have his hangover at my house. And he had not seen Frieren or Solo Leveling. So I started him off with Frieren because I was like, you're just that type of
forcefully
weird...
or wanted to?
No, he wanted to. Yeah, because we were talking about the Crunchy Awards, and this was Friday, so the awards come out on Saturday. So I was first talking to him about the awards and was like, hey, did you know about this? And he's like, oh my God, no. So I go through the list, he says which ones, and I was like, actually, when I get to Best Anime, fuck the bullshit. I'll just put 2 episodes on of each, and you can decide right then and there, because he hadn't seen them yet. So I started with Frieren. I showed him the first 2 episodes of that, so it's up until, like, she gets Fern and they start their adventure. And then, with Solo Leveling, that's the first 2 episodes are tough. They're, we get straight into that hidden dungeon, and then we get to him waking up in the hospital. So he got a crash course, and after the 2nd episode, I pause it, and I was like, so what do you want to do? What's the move? What do you want to do? And he was like, well, I know in my heart, Frieren I like more, but can we just go ahead and finish this real quick? The deciding factor for him, truly the deciding factor, not only was it he was already in this momentum and like he had to figure out how the guy survived. But the biggest factor for him is that Solo Leveling is only 12 episodes per season.
True.
Frieren is 26 for 1 season. that was
Which is
the
how anime
biggest.
used to be.
That's how anime used to be. But for him, he was like, I will feel accomplished because I can sit here and watch all 12 episodes and be done. You know, I can do 3 episodes in 1
True.
hour, and that's great. He's like, free rent, I gotta chew, I gotta mull, I gotta digest, I gotta stare at like this in a window. Like, it's just a lot. So,
But both of them are great. I love the to give Don and Don some more love. I love
Don.
the dub voice actors in that one.
AJ and
AJ Beckles, he got like a little bit of hate online at one point. I'm so happy to see he came back. And he's been getting hella love because people who didn't realize a black man voices Okaroon, and he does a great fucking job.
that wasn't the reason why he got the hate, though. There was a
He
specific
shared
reason.
this. He shared this art that someone did of Okaroon, and why can't I remember her name? Miss
Of the artist?
No, the character Okaroon's girl. Why can't I
Momo?
remember? Thank you. And Momo, they were redone as black people, and people got mad because he hyped it up.
Yeah, it was whatever race either Japanese or I'm not sure which one it is, this manga, that culture got upset because they thought it was erasure. And that's also when they found out that it was a black voiceover artist. So they were like, how are you erasing our culture? We're tired of you guys race swapping us. And he was like, nah, I just liked it.
I'd also argue that the majority of the hate was probably not from actual Japanese people. It was probably just people online with an anime avi, but neither here nor there.
Adam, moving away from the Crunchy Awards, though, Adam, you said that you were excited because something is coming up reality-wise that is going
reality
to
TV.
Love Island. The new season of Love Island's coming, and I'm super excited about it because now they're apparently they want to make it a little juicier than usual, so they're going to do some other twists and turns to it. Oh, I'm so in, can't wait.
What were the prior twists and turns?
So usually it's just like you have Casa Amor, where like so everyone will be together for a couple weeks, and you have your couples, and you're starting to like each other, all that stuff, and you get really good feelings. And then they separate everybody, and either the guys or girls go to a different villa called Casa Amor, and they bring other women or men there, and it's like do I have more feelings here, or do I do this, or this or that or whatever, and then they come back, and when they come back, either the girl picks another guy or the guy picks another girl, or they choose to stay together, but it's always drama. But now apparently they want to do more because they'll bring 1 or 2 people in as the show goes on and things like that. It's good.
What? That sounds not good.
Maya.
I mean, I love a video that he's like, so the place is called Casa Amor, and the guys already have their girls, and then they bring other girls to get more bitches.
South Africa, they do it like different locations, but it's all EU.
More bombshells, more breakups, more makeup.
Yep.
I don't understand.
It's all manufactured, Jasmine.
No,
that's what it is. It's manufactured.
Watch your mouth.
Have you ever watched Unreal? It's a show. Unreal was what got me into reality shows, because then I started watching it like,
you watched a show about producers and you still aren't.
I was like,
crazy.
I'm tapped in.
That's crazy. But
so I'm not gonna lie.
Level with us.
I might even tap into Love Island simply just for that. I've never watched any Love Island.
It's fantastic.
But at one point I used to, watch like The Love Is Blind and Ultimatum.
Love Island would start like season 6. So
just skip all the bullshit.
Oh, never mind. I was going to ask about a musical artist, and I don't even know why I was going to ask, because I knew this.
Ask. Kendrick played recently.
I saw. It's not like you went there. There was a cookout. We all know. We all saw it.
You want to hear something? You want to hear something real dumb, and how I got a slap on the wrist from Koi the other day? Because I do Koi socials. If you guys are talking to Koi online, that's when you're talking to me. He went for his anniversary. He took his fiance to go see Ain't It Fun Living?
Paramore.
That's the one, I think, but that's not her. That's not a name.
Haley Williams.
Haley, yeah.
He went to go
see. He went to go see Haley, and he's like, that's all. That's the only information I had, because it's a surprise for his fiance. So he's like, hey, Jasmine, is this cool? Like, he's trying to like ask me, is like, am I doing? Because he he knows what to do, but he just needs a validation sometimes. So I'm like, yeah. So all I knew was Paramore and Haley. So he gets there, they do the whole picnic thing, and he's doing the social. He's like, I'm gonna send you a couple of clips and then I'm gonna enjoy the show. I said, great, buddy. He sends me the clips. I post it up. He calls me from the concert an hour later and goes, bitch, that's Evanescence. That's the opener. What are you doing? I literally put clips online to his thousands of followers, knowing that he is a music connoisseur as well, breaking down like the lyricist of, and it's literally, you know what made me really mad? It was her, and the clips that he sent was Evanescence's song. The Wake Me Up, like I should know that from Daredevil.
I know that it's a good thing you were his friend, because if y'all weren't friends, I think that would have been the day you might have got suspended.
I just want to be clear though.
Taking my fiance to see Paramore and it's Evanescence in the background.
I need you to understand something. There is certain artists and certain songs of music that no matter how white those bands are, the culture fucks with them.
Haley is one of them.
I'm sorry.
More
Black folk love Haley.
Yeah, they love Haley.
Nobody corrected me.
That is so.
I mean, like when
funny.
There's always a video of like white songs that black people get down to. Paramore is always the song that comes out.
People do not play by Haley.
I made a mistake.
My bad,
Homegirl said, I got a slap on the wrist. That is so funny.
Wow.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Question real quick. What was the first movie you guys remember going to? Like child, like what is the first memory of you being in the theater? Do you remember seeing a movie?
Godzilla 2000.
Were you talking about like Diddy one?
What are you talking about?
The Godzilla in 2000. The theme song was
I didn't remember that.
Paige and Diddy. Yeah, that was the lead soundtrack for it.
Godzilla 2000.
Here's the thing. You're asking someone who can't remember like daily
2 hours
things.
ago.
I can't remember literally. No, this is hard for me. And so it sucks because the only thing that I truly in my core remember is, no, I took my dad to go see, oh, that looks ugly.
I do remember that one. I do remember. No, I'm thinking of the other one. I do know what one you're talking about. Yes.
I took my dad to go see, I think it was 50 Shades of Grey, but there was one earlier than that. I just really wanted to see it, and I just wanted to see it, and that was not a good thing to see with him. Yeah, no, we can skip past it. You're right, Adam. But the movie that I remember more than that. Yeah, I really liked those books when I was younger, and I was like, Dad, I want to go to the movies, and that was the only thing that was playing, and so it was a mistake. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Because he likes to go to my dad loves the movies too, and so I was like, Dad, I really want to see this movie. He's like, okay, what's it about? I was like, I want to see this. You don't have to see it with me, but I want to see it.
It's about this painter. He has a real struggle with different shades of gray.
Composition, man. He was putting that composition everywhere. But no, there was a movie before that. It was Christmas. Oh no, it was Lemony Snicket. The Series of Unfortunate Events. That's the other one I know that had.
I just saw a snippet of that the other day, actually. Somebody put it on socials. It was like when he had the kids on the railroad track.
Yeah, I asked my dad he took all three of us kids to go see that at Christmas. Okay. So he was like that. And he talks about that often as like a core memory for him. He's like, my kids are fucked up. And I know it because they took me to go see this fucked up movie for Christmas. And we're so happy about it. Yeah, that was his determining factor that he failed as a parent. Yeah, that we wanted to see that movie at Christmas.
Got it.
Thank you. I hope that answered your question sufficiently.
I did. I just was wondering. I was thinking about it the other day. Like, what's everyone's like first core memory of going to the theater? Mine was in Claremont in California.
What'd you see?
Last Action Hero.
No, what'd you go see?
Last Action Hero.
Oh, that's actually okay. I thought that was like
it is a very old Schwarzenegger movie.
Is it good?
Yeah, I liked it then. It's actually.
Would you like it now?
Basically, it's like Ready Player One almost, right, Jordan? If you think about it.
I love
So Last Action Hero, it's this kid who loved the theater, and his favorite action hero was this Schwarzenegger character. And he had a magical ticket, and the ticket caused him to come through the screen, and he became in real
Oh,
life, and then all these different movie
This
characters.
is life size. That ain't Ready Player One. That's Tyra Banks life size.
like I've
He
seen.
wished upon a star and his Barbie came
Yeah, that one.
true.
That's it.
Now I've never seen it, but I remember previews on like on movies that I
Hilarious.
had like in VHS and
It's
DVD
so
and all that stuff.
crazy that he was like a big. I look at this man and I'm like, we made this man famous.
Nobody needs to see the year it was made.
He
I was just
became
that was the first.
He became my governor.
Yeah, like, can you pull that?
Yeah, the
leg
fact
off?
that he for real became a politician is
He
also
he for
crazy.
real became my governor.
I
Like,
know.
crazy.
And then like wasn't even
Wild.
because he wasn't originally an American citizen, was he?
You don't have to be. To be a governor, you don't have to be. You just can't be a president. You can be any kind of anything, but you just can't be president so long
Apparently,
as you
I
have to
could
be
be
an
president
American
now.
born.
Moving on.
Oh, y'all let us know in the comments down below your first core memory of movies
So
for all 20 people watching.
I did some numbers, by the way. They were
God.
hysterical.
White guy doing numbers. That's never been heard before. Go ahead.
Right?
Cooking them
So,
books.
in case you guys were not aware, I know someone's schedule is very aware. There's a couple of movies coming out from like last week till like the end of July.
You say someone knows. We all know. We all know what's going on. It's
He
the
knows
summer
Jordan knows the
blockbuster
least, though.
season.
But like
Oh.
I did the numbers of how much it'll really cost you if you do a drink, popcorn, and see the movie in IMAX, which we'd
First
all
of
pretty
all,
much
white
do.
man, it really depends on where you are. We happen to be in the most expensive places on the earth.
No, I
kinda.
agree. That's why I did a sub, like between the pricing of
Yeah,
what
give
it would
us
normally be.
Jordan totals.
So, damn.
And it's still pretty bad here.
Yeah. So average for IMAX is about $20. And then I did that with the
Not if you
popcorn,
go
all
to
the
the
stuff and everything.
headquarters.
And then from this week that just passed till Fantastic Four, which is end of July, it will cost you roughly almost $400.
That sounds
Yeah.
gross.
Just
Is
to go
that
to the
for is
movie.
that just for one person?
That is one person.
Bitch.
So if
That
it's
sounds
I
like
have
gross.
never felt more privileged than when you just said that.
right, and then so people argue all the time about the passes and all that stuff and everything. Like AMC's, because I use AMC, they're A-list, and this is not a sponsored thing. They don't pay us shit. So who knows? Maybe soon.
Maybe.
There you go. But
Maybe
like,
if we get a name in our own YouTube channel, maybe.
yeah, there we go. So it's $25 now. They went up to a month,
Damn.
but I get 4 movies a week.
You should really make a little spreadsheet like that.
Who, me?
Yeah, if you do this, if you make this spreadsheet, but then put the total cost of a
The
movie,
total
and then
cost of
at
a
the
movie.
end of it, put
It's
the
almost like
total.
somebody has a video for that coming out. It's crazy.
Ooh.
Wow, it's not like we knew. You
Where
like
do
come?
you think I would do? You think I just sit here and magically just randomly
I
do
do,
numbers?
Adam. I really
No.
think you get off on calculations.
No, that is the business major that is, not to be named.
I don't know who the fuck
I
you
don't know
talking
who
about.
is it. Who are you talking about?
Jer.
Can you name him?
Oh, sorry.
Who?
Jer.
Jer.
What do you mean? Ooh,
I love it because you're like, meow, meow, meow. Say
I
her
said
name
Jer.
out loud.
Jer.
Air.
I make men in the room.
Give me your coins. Sorry, go ahead.
So, anyways, I just thought that was quite interesting, especially like kind of how the economy is right now and everything else. Like, just you $400. Like I get there's Tuesdays, Wednesdays in certain places and stuff like that. Do like $5 and whatever, half off,
Yeah,
stuff
but
like that.
that's usually like the movies that have been out for a while, right? I think like
No,
Sinners
they're
will be
doing
given out.
Tuesday like overall at AMC right now. I think on Tuesdays.
Or is it like
Oh yeah, I think all
Tuesday?
summer they're doing
Yeah.
like a half off Wednesdays and something for the summer. And like dude, because Regal, I have Regal's unlimited thing, and like when you go see like RPX or IMAX, there's still an upcharge to it. I mean, I just went and saw Mission Impossible last night and got popcorn and a drink, and some candy, and it was still like $30. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! Like, why do I have the unlimited thing that also gets me a discount for 10%, and I'm still spending? So
Yeah, I
I
get
can only
really
imagine what it
frustrated,
costs
and
for
it's
y'all.
again, this is a pure undiluted privilege sentence that I'm about to say, but I notice it when we go to the screeners and they don't have popcorn and
name.
drink. What?
When they don't know her name, she just
That
walks into
never
the
happens.
local AMC
With the
and they're like,
screeners,
listen,
nah, bruh. With the screeners now, I am
she doesn't
so
go to a
embedded,
screener. She
and I
just goes to a
love them.
random Wednesday and she's like, "Excuse me,
Excuse
I would
me?
like to see this." And they're like,
I'm going
"Man,
to
you
see.
have
I
to
never said I would
pay."
like to. I said, I'm seeing this right
Jasmine
now.
thinks she's Meryl Streep when the elevator opens.
I don't know what that means. No.
Devil Wears Prada?
It's a very obscure reference. I'm sorry. It's very obscure. Doo-doo.
I've been
Jordan.
disconnected from the call all day.
Jordan, you had me on that, right?
Have you on what?
On that one. You were with me with Meryl Streep and Devil Wears Prada, right? This is crazy.
It was a random obscure reference of the
How
film.
am I the cultured one in this?
If you would have gone, oh, Emily.
Oh, if I was like, hey, I'm hanging off of a cliff with 2 different shoes, holding on for dear life so I don't slip off of this bark, and I'm trying to get to the other side where someone's chasing me and trying to kill me. Jordan?
Who are you today? You can't laugh from the darkness, bro. You can't laugh. Nobody knows, man. Also,
Jordan
you
does?
laugh. Who?
Jordan knows what I was just talking about.
Jordan has no idea.
We are reading the same book, child.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, no, I finished those. Sorry,
Yeah, you finished that one, but
it's been 2 months. He's referencing Fourth Wing. She's like, man, what?
Where? Why? What is with the obscure references? You could have. Nobody references.
There's just better ways you could
not
pick
an
this.
entertainment podcast.
There's better ways. There's better ways you could reference. There's better ways you could reference.
You are not entertained.
Because I'm trying to figure out what Jazz was going to say about the movies, and then you keep making references.
Oh my God. Afterwards, by the way, pin, move on when we're done. Idea.
He's got the name. He's got the name.
Oh my God.
Idea.
I mean to say is rewinding all this shit Adam just did. All I mean to say is I fully understand how expensive movie theater snacks and the expenses, because when I go to these screeners and they don't have that complimentary popcorn and drink, which I mean they're not giving us big boys, just the complimentary, and we're happy with that. Just a little
the little book
boy.
size.
Yeah, the little boys, and then a little, but usually the drinks are on the outside, so if you want the refill, you just keep going. When they don't do that and I have to go and buy a drink, goddamn. Because it's not even just popcorn anymore. The last time I went, I got curly fries, donut holes, Impossible nuggets. Yeah, I poo-pooed real bad. It was rough. But because they're rushing out this food, it's not well cooked. Bless their hearts, they're doing their best. But it's
they
not.
Just throwing them shits in the microwave real quick.
Not even they putting it in a one of those oven things.
The warmer,
toaster oven. Yeah, the warmers.
An air fryer?
No,
it ain't that. It ain't that fancy.
It's just a little toaster oven.
Anyways, can we talk about a movie that came out this week?
No.
Please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about Mission Impossible? Because I do not want to talk about Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, I haven't seen it and I want to talk about it. Fuck your bullshit. Lilo and Stitch, spoiler alert for anyone.
First of all,
go ahead, because a lot of people have been spoiled. It's fine.
Spoiler alert. Fuck, I got spoiled. Motherfuckers, I got spoiled on that. I saw a pod.
Adam, are you okay?
You can't be spoiled from a fucking live action remake that came out
yes,
but they
changed
something.
Adam, they changed
and I know you know,
it.
Which is why you don't want to talk about it.
I got spoiled from some other news outlet stealing or taking Jay Stoobs' review on it. And I was like, oh, this is so weird. What is happening? Talking about she gives Lilo away. I said,
you gonna play a sound for us, Adam?
Bruh.
I didn't have a screech one. Sorry.
He drives well. Disney,
no, but it was wild.
First of all, Nani's not actually Hawaiian. That's number one. So there was already that knock on her. But the fact that Nani wants to go study marine biology, she's a surfer. You want her to follow her passion, have her be a professional surfer. Have her be anything. Have her go and own the company that she worked for with her boyfriend. Or there's something that was related to what was actually happening on the... And she goes to the mainland? She goes to California? What? I heard that Nani wasn't even the one that went to go get Stitch with Lilo. It was a neighbor who, it's like you miss the core derivative of what this meant. OHANA don't mean family no more. OHANA means fuck you, I'm gonna go get my degree. Where What happened to the original plot of the movie?
This is one of those things where, because I will say, because Dom talked about it, and then one of her friends kind of was like, I could have seen where like they were having a different take on Hana, but anyways, beside the point. We've talked about this before, where it's like, for me, live actions are a chance for you to expand on the questions I never knew I had, but
I said that.
but well, yeah, I'm saying we talked about it, and like in general, like whenever I've talked about live actions that I enjoy, like while I don't love the Lion King remake, I love that it showed how Nala got to Simba and stuff.
I rescind my you, Disney. I know what they were trying to do. I love Disney so much. I apologize. I
don't rescind it,
sad.
but
I rescind it.
But no, her
giving
giving up Lilo is, that does feel, because again, people say they feel like they were trying to again make it too down to earth, grounded, realistic. It's like, it's a fiction. We don't care about making it realistic.
I heard that it was trying to give you the ideals of the modern world, and that's what the modern world would do. But no, I mean, Disney is trying to create moments in time that are representative to a specific group of people. That's not every Disney story is going to work. The story of Snow White isn't going to be for every single person, and it shouldn't be. The story of Tangled, being trapped and isolated, isn't the same story for everyone, but for those people that it does resonate with, it is an important story that needs to be honored and cherished. And specifically, Lilo and Stitch, the idea of two Hawaiian sisters who lost their parents and have to find out how to be not only sisters, but parents and families, and build their own new family with Stitch, with all of these aliens. They're finding new family. That's a good story for people who have had loss, who have had to find themselves in new home situations. That is a very isolated group of people that all of us in the world could have related to. And instead, you made a story about selfishness, about abandoning your principles and abandoning your family to pursue your own selfish pursuits. And like, yeah, that's a story too, but that's not the story of Lilo.
You could have just made a different movie. This goes back to my thing of like, you don't need to take, because people have felt the same way about the Avatar series. You don't need to take this thing and then be like, let me try to make my own original message, but using this IP. Like, you don't need to do that.
I am so excited for How to Train Your Dragon to come out, because when we come back to this, and no spoilers, when we come back to this, when How to Train Your Dragon comes out, I need to put a pin right here, because this, we're gonna forget. We didn't put a pin for Adams. Do that for Adams.
We did put a pin for Adams. He did.
You didn't make the
but noise? he was like,
oh, he did magic. All I mean to say is, How to Train Your Dragon took what we knew and expanded upon it in a way that made sense and didn't change the core derivative. And what I mean by that is why Astrid is black now. That gets explained in a way that doesn't take away from the original story, but adds to the world.
Does everyone know who her mom is, by the way?
Why you keep?
You mean the actress? He said, "Does everyone know who her mom is?" By the way, are you talking about the actress?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I saw something about it. Who is her mom?
Anybody remember the actress who kind of gets confused for Zoe Saldana all the time?
Oh, it was Thandie Newton. Mm-hmm. I did say it right.
Oh. Yeah, you did.
Nice. I did not know that.
I have a comment about your Lilo and Stitch whenever you're ready.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
It wasn't like she put her in a foster care. She was taken care of by like other members of like family.
Neighbors.
Yes, but it wasn't like they were like, the problem is that a lot of people are putting out there like, she gave her up and all this stuff, as if like she was put in a foster home and stuff. But also, she has a wormhole portal that she can go see her whenever. So like, it's not like she's not seeing her. It's just she went to go better stuff so she can do better for her sister and her family, which are the two of them. And she's being taken care of by people she trusts.
Still just one of those things.
That's a different story.
It's just a different story. It's again, it just didn't need to. You could have just made a new thing.
I mean, they also flew a plane through the city in the first one, and they had to change that, obviously. So
why? Obviously,
I mean, they didn't though. That's what like people were talking about. That they were like, why didn't they have this scene in there? And someone was like, the CGI would be so expensive, and it's like, so
they originally changed it like so if you have the original release
But you're
Mhm.
talking about after post 2001.
Correct.
That's
Oh,
why.
right. Okay.
Sorry, that's not
okay.
what I thought you. I thought you meant using it in
Yeah.
I
general.
still have a vivid memory of that.
Correct. And then
And the
like
ice
her,
cream.
and then Lilo's hiding it in the dryer. She doesn't hide in the
Mhm.
dryer anymore. She hides in
No,
like
she hides in
a
a little
bin or something.
cabinet with a pizza box. Yeah.
Right. So it's like I understand certain things change. I think they changed this to be more like it was live action, realistic, actual world problem type stuff rather than
Yeah.
like sunshine and rainbows.
Sunshine.
So
lollipops,
what's really
and
funny
rainbows.
is somehow, by the way,
Hmm.
in going to How to Train Your Dragon
Yeah.
and then pointing out that Astrid's mom is Thandie Newton, it brings us back to Mission
love her.
Impossible because she was in the worst one, Mission Impossible
Wait, but
2.
Adam had a pin. Adam had a pin.
Adam pinned for afterwards. It's
His
fine.
pin was for
Oh,
after,
after.
and then he
Okay.
wanted to talk Mission Impossible
Mission Impossible,
because
we can talk about. That is the worst Mission Impossible
Let
movie,
me
by the
sit
way.
down.
Mission Impossible 2 was terrible.
It's the worst one. They literally gave them. You and I talked about this earlier. I feel like they gave the studio a 45-minute like TV episode, and they were like, "Oh my god, we need a Mission Impossible movie, not an episode," and just slow mode 80% of it, so
There's so
that
much
way it
slow
was
motion in
2
that
hours
movie.
plus long. So
Have you
that's all
seen
that
Mission
movie
Impossible 2,
is
Jasmine?
doves and slow mo.
Have you seen Mission Impossible 2? Have you seen all of them?
Probably.
She's like, I don't know.
I just
Let-
don't have a lot to say about Mission Impossible. It's not my favorite
I know it's not your cup of
franchise.
tea.
It's just not my cup of tea. It's just a it's more about watching a man, jerk off and show his stunts than really the plot of a film. I just, it's a masturbation of stunts, and I am not here. It's great, and I love that, and I think that that's great, and I love stunt work. I love stunt work, but at this point, it's less about the art of filmmaking and just more about what's this crazy man gonna do next. And like, I don't need to sit in a theater for 3 hours. Just show me the stunt and call it a day.
So Adam, give your thoughts on Mission Impossible 2, and then I have an
I did.
interesting
Mission Impossible 2 is okay.
Not Mission Impossible 2 on the new Mission Impossible.
Oh, Final Reckoning.
Part
Final Reckoning, I thought
last,
was
maybe.
fantastic. I really enjoyed it. The stunts are good. I really wish though they'd stop trying to sell the big, like Jasmine. Could you imagine if they took Fourth Wing and they were like the way they sold it was like spoilers for Fourth Wing if no one's read it in the last 30 years, by the way.
It only came out 3 years ago.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Like 4 or 5, maybe.
Imagine they were like the selling point was like she mates with 2 dragons, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
always sell the big thing.
She mates.
Bonds.
Bonds.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why.
Maybe. I mean, look. I'm
We're
still only halfway in the book.
That's
I don't know
a
if they know
different
the dragons or
romantasy
not.
where
Again,
humans
that's a
be getting
whole
with-
different movie, Adam.
My bad. That's Avatar. So
Is he wrong?
because I mean,
He's
think
not.
about how they mate and then how they connect.
But so you're saying like how the advertising for it was all on the plane, for example.
Yeah, everywhere you look, it's the plane upside down and him gripping on it.
But the crazier one to me, because he's done the plane stuff or the wind stuff basically a lot, is the in sync bye room that turns around with all the water in it and everything, and him being actually in the suit, in the water, all that stuff. Like that I think is cool. I think that's dope. And like not a lot of people talk about it because obviously the movie came out last week, but like
I found when I watched it, I found that to be the greatest part of it, and also the part that was way too long. I got it after a while.
Agreed.
And a little bit of spoiler, but I'm going to try to talk around it so it's not a spoiler. In that little we'll call it the in-sync room, there are particular I'm going to say straws, but I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. That are the no straws that are moving around him, and I was like, aren't these no straws gonna break?
No, because they're so old.
But he's acting as though it will. And so the fact that we're bye and in this room is tumbling and them's just
Jasmine, it's like tempered glass tables, right? Like you can beat them pretty good and they work, and it's just that one little hit and just shatters everything.
Don't act like it's is the thing of him getting schmooshed? Is that the problem? Is that what he's
maybe
saying?
it's that, but I do hear you on that because there was a time where he opened the door and it was kind of like opening your car door next to a car that's too close.
Yeah.
Like, but then later on they're just clanking into each other. So my take is someone who had never watched the Mission Impossible movies before last week. I watched all of them before
I
seeing
saw
this
you made a
one.
whole video on that.
I
I didn't watch. The
I
whole thing.
enjoyed this
I saw the
franchise a
movie.
lot more than I thought because I felt the same way as you, Jasmine. Like, oh, I feel like it's just about his stunts. I will say it kind of is, but it is at least a tier above Fast and Furious. So I
Fair
don't know
enough. No,
if
you're
you,
right. I'll give you that.
yeah. And so because what I would say is Mission Impossible 3 was what allowed the franchise to be what it is, and it's so funny
Mhm.
because this one actually ties back to Mission Impossible 3 so much, and Mission Impossible 3 is actually my favorite one. That's the one where I felt like it started off with very good acting, and better budget stunts as far as like not being just for the sake of it. Whereas like the one where he's climbing the building, it's like this feels like for the sake of it. The plane, it feels like it's for the sake of it. But I enjoyed Final Reckoning in that it had like a lot of love
You mean the
letter.
final reckoning?
Right. And he had his little message before the movie saying like, he shot this to be seen in the theater. It did have its moments. It did have like a lot of, I feel like, skip and fade, like again with, like you said, with the submarine, it was a little long.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with like then it gets caught and he's got to cut away and then so all the way up and then it just fades to him being okay. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. The tail,
And
I will say the
also,
last hour of that movie did kind of drag a
it
little.
was dragging, especially, and I liked the way that they flip back and forth in that cabin fight, and then the other one
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful, but even that after a while, I was like, can y'all just?
When it was
I was
flipping
getting-
between the cabin fight and the fight on the sub.
Yeah, it was good. Hello?
What?
I've got some Spider-Man breaking news if you guys really want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. I love breaking
Oh
news. What
shoot!
we
Yeah,
got?
yeah, you gotta
Hold
link
on.
us all
Always,
on that too.
always breaking news. I
But
was
Mission
live streaming.
Impossible is cool if you like
Yeah,
the.
go see it.
I was
go
live
see it.
streaming the other day when the Doomsday news dropped. We canceled the stream and everyone made their videos.
Also, can we
Shit.
talk about later, like, what a heavy hit that's going to be? What do I see
Doomsday.
first? Doomsday or Dune?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it is just being reported from Discussing Films. We know them. They're fairly reputable. They get their information from good sources.
Except for that Skibbity Toilet movie. Sorry.
Mark Ruffalo will be in Spider-Man Brand New Day as Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
Why?
That's where I'm at. And then they also said that Peter's poor, so the suit will
we
not
knew
change.
that though.
No, but they said the suit won't change because remember everyone was like, "We'll never see the suit again,"
Right.
Because they always change his suit that he gets to the end of the movie to
Just
a
tell
new
toys.
suit.
I mean, Bruce Banner's smart. He can make him a
True.
suit.
He's set to be
I
in
just don't
Brand New
get why
Day.
he's in it. Remember, because like everyone forgot him.
Bruce Banner?
No, Peter.
Peter.
Oh, but isn't Hulk on a different planet? Hulk was on a different. He was on.
That not
Sakaar.
at this time. This is post
Was
Infinity
he?
War. And
Was he? I don't know. I think no,
he
because he
was
was. You're
burned
right, because
last
he
we
was
last
Jen.
we saw him. He was half
You're
burned.
right. He was with Jen because he was
Yeah.
in She-Hulk and Jen, and he taught Jen how to be Hulk.
How
You're
to
right.
turn, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah, it says Ruffalo was last seen where the car accident left his cousin cross-contaminated with his blood, yeah.
Also,
So-
I mean, maybe we get Hulkling, kind of, or what
Certain
would they
Hulk
call
world? Yeah.
what they call him at the end? No, in She-Hulk, remember at the very end, Bruce brings his
His son.
nephew, son. Yeah. So
what did they call him though?
what did they call
They
him? I
didn't
don't
call him
remember.
Hulkling.
No.
Was
they
it
didn't, but
Sakaar?
Sakaar, that's it.
Sakaar, yeah.
So put him in Young Avengers. We get that kind of moving, or Champions, or whatever they're calling it.
I think
That
it's
would be
Champions.
interesting because don't forget this
will.
month coming up in June, we're getting Ironheart, which everybody will shit on.
Well, yeah, especially when they're dropping Ironheart 3 episodes at a time, and there's only 6 episodes.
I don't like that, man.
No.
I don't like
Nobody
that it's getting a
likes
Like I
2-week
understand for
release.
Star
away.
Wars because it made sense with what they were doing. It's like
Well,
mini
and there
movies.
were more than 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Well, I think they're trying to do it before there's something at the end of it that we need to see or need to know before we get to Fantastic Four.
I also think it's just that this is not the story. Like, what's happening in this isn't relevant to what's going to be happening in Doomsday and Secret Wars. So whatever they added at the end was truly an additive. But they made this show 2
I
years
very
ago.
much think it's going to have something to do with
They
Secret
made
Wars.
this show, yeah, maybe Secret Wars, but they made this show 2 years ago, and I think so much has changed and fluctuated since then that I think when they made this, it was a standalone that no longer is fully relevant to the movies and the shows that have been canceled. So
I think at the end we're going to see the connection because of from Daredevil. He talked about Kamala being in La La Land with her friends. So I think we can get
there's a little bit of a bridge, but we'll see.
yeah.
We got a few weeks on that, but I will be doing episode reviews after every single one of Ironheart because I need that to do well for the culture.
Facts. And then for those that didn't know, we were talking
Avengers
about
Dune.
It's going to be Avengers Doomsday.
What is the it's Doomsday? I was like, what's the movie name for this?
Doomsday.
People have been saying Avengers Doomsday, or there might have been
Doomsday.
Yeah, I think Doomsday is what it's going to be called.
Avengers Messiah.
Yeah, people had a couple of other ones
because we just don't know what the name of the movie is actually going to be yet.
For
so
Dune Messiah?
We think it's going to be Dune Messiah. It's not like 100% Dune Messiah. They've come out with like, that's what we're getting.
Isn't that the book title?
Yes, but it doesn't mean they're going to use it.
Because I don't think Dune 2, I don't think the second
Dune
book was...
2 and 1 were both one book.
Well, yeah, that's going to be another...
I don't know how he's going to feel about doing Messiah.
Yes, go ahead and do what your send-off you're going to do, kiddo.
Well, I was just going to say that, like, I love how Barbenheimer started this whole thing of...
Barbenheimer didn't start it. This has been happening for years. Get with the program.
Yeah, but everyone started being online about 2 big movies coming out at the same time since Barbenheimer.
What are you talking
Because people were trying
about? Mission Lilo Stitch Reckoning was fantastic.
Even though you didn't go see Lilo and Stitch?
I didn't have to. No, we didn't have to.
Although, did you guys see that Lilo and Stitch apparently made a ton of money? And then people were like,
how much of that are they giving back to the island?
And someone was like,
after the fucking devastation.
Well, because they were trying to talk about how, look at how much better it did than the original. And Joker was like, re-release the original, because I'm just curious. I just want to see something. Because I feel like if you re-release the original, it would probably do numbers and views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I don't think that the live action doing well should diminish a movie that came out in theaters in like, what, 2000? Like 2000, 2001? Like,
something like that, yeah.
Anyway, guys, is there any other news topics that are relevant?
I mean, name the movie that comes out in the next like 7 weeks, right? Like it's.
I was about to say the trailers.
Banger after banger.
It's wild that you guys are talking about the movie still when we had The Last of Us season 2 finale last night.
First of all, watch your mouth. I think it's shit. And
I didn't watch it yet, so watch your mouth.
You didn't play the game, and I'm not going to ruin it for you. But they've done something.
I did play the game. I played the game religiously.
Well, let me help you, Jasmine. Then
part 2.
Let me watch it. Let me watch it first, and then be upset.
No, don't.
Please, please let me watch it.
I'm not going to ruin. Like they didn't. It's just they moved something in the game to the end of this episode, and it's annoying. Do you remember what happens after Joel? The character they make you play after Joel.
No.
Day 1, 2 years.
Shut the fuck up.
And my thing is,
you ruined it. I asked you not to ruin it, and you just went and ruined it. Why would you do it? Do you hate me? Why even watch it?
I was gonna say, like, I literally was trying to stop this. Why would you keep?
That wasn't my fault.
That was your fault.
Specifically said, don't tell me.
Ban time next time.
And then he was like, no, I can do it in a way that isn't spoiler. And then literally just spoiled it. After I said, yeah, I played the game religiously. He's like,
they just moved that to there. That wasn't a spoiler. That was just, we knew it was going to happen. It's not a spoiler.
All I was going to say was they announced a 4th season, which told me everything I need to know. They're dragging this too much.
Typical Naughty Dog.
Yeah. Milk it for all it's worth.
Speaking of Grand Theft Auto next year, at this time, 1 year, baby. Let's go.
Is this Grand Theft Auto 6?
Yep.
Been hearing a lot
I don't know
about
why
that.
people care about that game so much.
Oh man, because they just want to get those.
They've been running GTA 5 since 2013.
I don't know what that means. All right,
I was in high school
last year.
Children.
Fuck you.
So we're at 50 minutes. This is a long ass stream and surprising because I was
late. We do an hour.
No, we don't. We usually do 40 minutes.
We end up going an hour because we are ADHD.
We are ADHD.
Hey,
Oh God.
what do you do with the pasta?
Cut it.
No, you
Asta.
asta it. You asta the pasta.
'Cause you
That's
always say
always what
asta
you say at
pasta.
the end. Okay, asta pasta, everyone.
Jasmine forgot her own sign off.
Friends, I hope you have a glorious weekend. Gentlemen, until next time, hopefully we will have a name by then. This podcast is probably going to be moving to its own YouTube channel shortly so that we can put our own little clips and bullshits on there as well. But thank you guys for the little listeners and watchers and friends, and merch is coming.
Let me know how that design goes. I'm down. I'm down. All right,
All
y'all.
right, friends, Romans, Catholics, and those who water their grass often, especially when they shouldn't. Goodbye forever.
What?
Goodbye. Stop.